from the line of scrimmage this year, and an empty backfield, just a swing out to the left, just a little probing play, no surprise there. A gain of about 4 on the first swing. Line of scrimmage initially, so a third down. Dukes are 1 for 1 on third down conversions, and back in, it's Barnett. He swings it out here. This is Michael Scott with his first career catch, and he picks up a first down.
On the joystick, he runs a really good route out to the flat, and I'm actually surprised that the
Dukes have a bevy of backs, a bevy of receivers. There are a lot of big numbers. We'll get to that in this game as well. And this time it is Barnett carrying the football, tiptoeing down the sideline, and he picks up a first down before he steps out of bounds.
Offense, very methodical, marching down the field.
They had to go 10 more yards than they thought they would have to because of the penalty. Here's Barnett, pulls it down and goes to the end zone for the score. Welcome back, AB. Hands up.
I mean, this is a really good play. I mean, he faked the handoff to Wayne Knight up the middle, which is something they've had success on with this drive, and so no surprise that Barnett keeps it, takes it into the end zone pretty much untouched. That makes one of us.
That's right. Gilkey drops it off underneath, little screen, well executed. The Dukes close in on it as that pass is hauled in by Godley with a running mate beside him to the left. He's going to hand the ball off, and now it goes over to Scott. Scott eludes the tackler, has to move to the inside, and on the outside numbers, tackled at the 39. That had a nice little start.
Mikey Scott, because their defensive end, Keanis Thompson, got upfield and disrupted the play. Mikey Scott able to elude him.
60 Zach, he is directing things. Here's the pass, open receiver, touchdown, James Madison. Isaiah Austin, his first as a Duke. And James Madison 2 for 2 on drives here in the opening frame. After is Morgan Sorez.
And this play starts up front. I mean, the offensive line gave him all the time he needed. No hurry there. Isaiah Austin.
A third down and long situation. Empty backfield for Gilkey, airs it out, and it is caught, goes to the back shoulder. And pulling it in is the tight end. He's with an injury, but he is back, as is Barnett. And he sails this pass out, caught and pulled in by Logan Kyle. Kyle with his second catch. He's out of Cypress, Texas. And Hanson and Hitchens, he was at North Texas. Now Louisiana Tech is joining the Sun Belt, the new addition. Here's Barnett going again, takes a hit and is dropped, but he picks up the first down. In this goal line situation, in essence, and they give it to Sluka, and he tiptoes into the end zone, and the Dukes continue the early trend of just marching down. He did. He had one whale of a career. That just kind of got him started. How about a tackle in the backfield? A loss on the play, and that was Drew Spinagatti. Welcome to James Madison. The linebackers for the Dukes out of Holy Cross. 70 tackles last year. He had a career high 9 against Colgate a year ago. And handoff. Trying to get to the outside. Nothing doing whatsoever. Driving on down. Aiden Gobira. Oh, it's blocked. Picked up by the Dukes.
And that's Chase Regan. Once again, this guy keeps showing up on special teams.
For James Madison, as the Dukes will take over at the 31.
And you can see, I mean, the temptation for a lot of guys when they come through free like that.
He will send back out Alonzo Barnett. Barnett pitches it here to the near side. That's Knight. Knight gets away from a tackler, stays on his feet. Lunges forward down to the 13-yard line. Sluka back in for the Dukes. Number 9 looks to the right, goes to the corner, and it is caught, pulled in. Ellis has his first as a Duke. Had 4 touchdowns last year for the Spiders, and he's got his first as a Duke. In his career, 70 receptions for 802 yards and 5 touchdowns. Weber State as well. 6'2" is the shortest player, 218 the smallest player, if you would. And there's a man all alone for the touchdown, and the board lights up for the first time this year as Noah Camus, offensive coordinator. And Drew told us that when you have the head coach serving as the offensive coordinator, that they can do whatever they want for the most part. It's not going to be by committee, so to speak, as far as the decisions were made.
That's it.
First kick return for the Dukes today, and it comes out to Wayne Knight. Knight's got a seam down the 30. He's across the 35 to the 40, and he squeaks through. He's on his way to the end zone, all the way down to the 10, and touchdown. But there is a flag down at the 20-yard line, and it's not a gold streamer.
And that is too bad.
During the return, holding. Return team, number 15. The penalty will be enforced acquisition to the goal line. First down, James Madison.
Well, how Knight got out of this, because I don't think the hold had anything to do with what he did to come out of this pack on the far side. Yard line, it's Barnett. He's going to carry the football right up the middle through the 30, and he's going to slide down after he picks up the first down. That's being pretty smart, quite honestly.
That was a smart play by Barnett to get down. You can hear the coaches in his ear telling him to get down. In fact, he probably could have gotten another 5 yards out of that run. But we're seeing some explosion out of him. I mean, I'm not really seeing any sort of,
he's going to use. You watch it here. Actually, he's going to run with it. He finds an open spot. He's going to take off, and he's out of bounds, shy of the first down marker. And so with that, the Dukes will turn the football over on a change of down. Here's the snap, a good snap. Here's the kick. It's got some distance. Does it have the direction? Yes, it does. So something to celebrate for Weber State as Calder sends it through, and it's 10 unanswered points, bridging the halves for Weber State.
He wants to see his teams finish this year, and so I would expect to see them go back to some of the basics, some of the fundamentals, and we're seeing it right now with a big run from George Pettaway.
That's Pettaway bouncing to the outside, as Delvin tells us, and he takes it inside Weber State territory. Isaac Mahuku makes the tackle. Pettaway hesitates, gets to the outside to the 20, heading towards the end zone, caught from behind inside the 10.
And this is why he's a preseason first-team All-Sun Belt player. I mean, once he makes a decision to...
The hold, here's the kick, and it looks it's through, and yes, indeed it is. Weeks of the season.
Yeah, 3 road games to start the season is tough.
That was tipped up by England and then caught in the air by Tyler Brown, and the Dukes have their first interception. He was covering the receiver on the outside. Now he goes to the corner, little hand jobbing, and with that, the interception.
Too long. I mean, Adeye was out there wide open by himself, but at that point, the defender caught up.
TJ Barksdale pressing on this right side, and nearly a safety. He had a yard to work with. Here's the snap, the left-footed kick, and it's low and blocked. And so Weber with another micro victory in this contest.
I mean, it looks like the kick just comes out low.
Getting a hand on the football was Kevin Enriquez, the coach of that defensive line, and he likes this unit a lot. He'll just keep right week and then back home against Georgia Southern. And that's the 1-2 picks. To the outside goes Knight, breaks it free to the 40, 30, down to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Wayne Knight.
Well, listen, I mean, I think this is what Barnett thought he saw before they called the timeout. The cornerback for Weber State was on the edge of the line. They got the kick game. And yesterday, Bob Chesney talked about how, he and Wayne Knight see the game the same. He couldn't say enough good things about Wayne Knight.
Oh, the ball is free. Hold on. Nope, they're going to say it's down.
On the field is the ball carrier's knee was down.
Knee was down.
Coming loose. It's second down.
All right, I want to throw some numbers at
Tech, a new member of the Sun Belt.
Leaving Conference USA. And that's a completed pass to the far side. Marcus.
Season goes along.
Third down and about 16. Gilkey's going to put some air under it. Seam pass, intercepted. Thomas. He's going to take it to the middle of the field. And he is tackled at the 45 as Jacob Thomas comes up with the interception. Bednarik award list, which is the top defensive player all in all.
And just another tip ball. We saw Ty Spence last year got a lot of tip ball interceptions. This year, it looks like our safeties, the safeties for James Madison, are going to get a lot of tip balls. Just can't let the offensive linemen bring you down.
As this team with 61 players lost from a year ago, so 57 return that wore the purple and gold last year for James Madison. Surveying, and the pass is picked off. Another interception. And heading towards, tripped up. Tripped up.
And really good play by Kai Holmes. You can see they're in that zone coverage. He's reading the quarterback's eyes and just makes a great break on the ball. You know, he's got to get that ball in the end zone, but that's the reason he's a defensive back and not a receiver.
Looks like he tripped on his own at Boca Raton Bowl. And he is one of the quarterbacks we talked about in all this backfield, and he's going to tend to the corner, and it's a touchdown. Well, that was easy work for number 1. 4-10.
But look how he sells it up the field and then bounces it out. I mean, that's really, really tough to defend.
Is going to go ahead and walk out on the field, and that will be it for tonight's ball game, as James Madison will pick up a season opening win. They go to 31-22-1 all time in season opener.
You want this, you got that. No way, watch them walk right past you. Run fast while you have the chance. Don't speak, let them look right at you.